I'm Anna Bowens, an instructor in the Architectural Studies department. In this video, we will learn how to design a floor plan. The first step in designing a building is to determine the requirements of the structure and record them as preliminary sketches. These rough sketches provide direction for drawing the plan to scale. Some drafters prepare a bubble diagram from the preliminary design sketches. A bubble diagram is a freehand sketch or computer-generated drawing that uses bubble shapes to represent rooms and spaces in the home. The bubble diagram serves as a basis for the design and provides a way to evaluate spatial relationships. A series of sketches are typically made during this phase to plan room locations and spaces based on a site analysis. For a residential floor plan, you might start with considering your client's needs, such as sleeping, relaxing, preparing food, housekeeping, entertaining, dining, bathing, and accommodating guests. Typically, this can be divided into 3 areas: living, sleeping, and service. For a commercial building, you will need to understand their business process. Is a warehouse or storage area needed? Where will the offices be located? Is a secretary, receptionist, or human resource area needed? Will the space require break rooms, restrooms, or a waiting area? Both commercial and residential buildings will have design considerations such as the site and topography, costs and restrictions, zoning and building codes, the community, and potential ADA requirements. It's important to gather all this information while planning the floor plan and reference it often. Using the bubble diagram, you can start creating potential floor plans. Start with a few sketches, then define your details. A few questions to keep in mind when designing the size of your rooms include what type of furniture will be used in this space and what will the flow of traffic be like. Take into consideration your client's daily life. Will my client want to walk to the other end of the building to use the break room? What room do we want to first see when we enter a house? Where do we want access to the garage? At a minimum, a floor plan includes the following information: location and orientation of exterior and interior walls, size and location of windows and doors, placement of built-in cabinets and appliances, location of permanent fixtures, location of stairs, location of fireplaces, size and location of walks, patios, and decks, room names, materials used, location and size dimensions, and a drawing scale. Once we have a rough sketch, we can start to create a more detailed and professional floor plan. Use the following 5-step design process to lay out your floor plan. Begin with laying out your exterior walls. It's important to understand the overall size of your structure as well as the material needed for your exterior walls. Commercial buildings might require steel construction versus residential buildings, which typically utilize wooden components. Next, move on to adding your interior wall placement, making sure to include the spaces needed for the material. Any type of plumbing fixture in a wall will need a space that is larger than a standard 2x4 wall. After your walls are placed, you can begin adding in your interior and exterior doors and windows. Remember to think about what your doors and windows will look like in your building's elevations. Next, we can start adding in those permanent fixtures. The location of kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, fixtures, and appliances are drawn using standard symbols that represent their specific sizes. We use templates that help keep these consistent. Finally, we can add our notes and dimensions. This step is saved for last in case any changes are needed and to help keep our drawings tidy. Drafting both manually and using a computer program will utilize specific techniques. A floor plan needs to not only require all of the discussed information, but we also need our plans to be easily read by numerous people. Having a consistent lettering and dimension style, keeping your drawing organized, and including all the notes on materials and specific placement or construction methods will help others interpret a floor plan correctly. I hope this has helped you understand the steps to take when creating a new floor plan. To learn more, look for our other videos on architectural tools and techniques.